whatever time it may be today for you. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you aren't, still welcome. In today's video, we are going to be getting into a tutorial. Finally, yes. We are going to be getting into a tutorial. If you don't know who I am Deja, aka Beyond Unique. But let's get into this intro and straight into this video, because y'all know how we do on these sides. We get straight to the point. Per. Hey babies, we are back with a new video, and in today's video we're going to be getting into a tutorial. Going to be doing a stitch braid tutorial, just showing you the tools that I'll be using as well as the products, which is Shine and Jam, the original one, extra hold, and my red one, wax. This is the specific one that I use. They come in different colors, scents, etc. You will also be needing a pair of scissors just to clip any flyaways that is left on the braids when finished. On my rack, I have pre-stretched braiding hair. I use the brand Expression. I start off by parting my client's hair down the middle. As you guys can see, my client is fully natural. However, she does have some heat damage in the front of her hair, which we will cover up. She is currently trying to grow it out so we can eventually trim it off. Once the section is completely parted down the middle, I then go back in with my Shine and Jam and I line the parts. That way I can go back in with my comb and create an even cleaner part. As you see here in this clip, I'm using my precision parting comb and I'm going back, starting from the front all the way to the nape of the neck to create a cleaner part. When doing this, make sure you take your time and try to create the cleanest part possible. Seeing that the hair is separated into two halves, I then take one half and I put it into a rubber band so it'll be out of my way when I start sectioning off the next side. Next, I create another part going straight down the middle, completely adjacent to the one I've made before. To create neat stitch parts, I like to apply the red one wax along the perimeters of the section as well as Shine and Jam. Both of these products work very well together and help me create very neat stitch parts. Guys, please excuse the horrible positioning of this video. I am still new to this whole YouTube thing and figuring out angles, etc. But just watch me as I work. I'll definitely explain what I'm doing in another clip. As you guys can see, my clients get super comfortable in my chair, which I don't mind. Like, as long as you're comfortable, I'm comfortable, and I am going to complete my job the best way I can. My client asked me if I could do like an ombre, so we added some red closer towards the ends of her braids, and they came out so pretty. But keep watching. The fun part about doing stitch braids are the ends, but look at how that first braid came out, y'all. Look at that, it's so pretty. I did that. Look at the ombre, handcrafted, perfect. I always like to comb through the hair after applying the product. That way it's easier for me to grip and it's easier for the parts to be created. In order for my parts to come out nice and neat in the stitch braid, I like to use the end of my rat tail comb. This helps me a lot. Now I can do this without the comb, but I prefer to do it with the comb because I think my parts look a lot more neat and coordinated, if that makes sense. Also, for the best results, you want to make sure that you're taking your time. Do not rush the process. Do not rush the brush. All right, kids? Here's me parting a new section of hair for me to stitch braid. Haha, look, it's me on the camera. Oh my god. Now you guys can see the hands behind the work purr. Finally, the perfect angle where you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Like I said, I suck. I'm just learning, guys. So the first thing that I do is apply some red one wax to the edges and I brush it in, and then I part a small section out towards the front. Then I go in and separate that small section into 3 different pieces and I start braiding. I braid twice before adding in any extension hair. Then I take my rat tail comb and I part out a small stitch and I grab that, separate it, and then I take a small piece of extension hair, really tiny piece, as small as you can get it, and I braid that in. And I braid down once, and then I part another stitch and I braid down again. And I basically repeat this method. I'm gonna repeat this one more time for the people that weren't listening. I part a small stitch, and then I take the extension hair, a small piece, and I braid it down. Then on the other side I create another stitch part and I braid it down again. Then I flip the extension hair and I put it underneath and I grab that. This type of braid pattern is very repetitive, so I will be doing the same steps all the way through until I reach the nape of the neck. If you are a visual learner like myself, this may be easy to understand, but for those of you that don't know how to cornrow, I will have to create a separate video to teach you guys how to braid. Like I said, this is very repetitive, so I will speed this section up. I forgot to mention, I do not use heat on any of my clients' hair, so they come as they are in their natural state. I do not use any blow dryers, flat irons, none of that. It's just natural protective styling on these ends, period. All of my clients prefer not to use heat in their hair, which I really love because it helps me to enhance my skills even more, because you know, I'm actually doing the work without any heat. Yes, it takes more time and more practice, etc., but I really love doing hair without heat. Being that I don't use any heat on my clients, I like to make sure that the braids are as neat as possible, especially because you know their hair is curly. So what I do is I apply a little bit of product on top of their hair and I comb through to make sure that it stays flat and neat. Time for some color, yay! So now we're going to be adding in some red. Like I said, she wanted red towards the ends of her hair, so I use the invisible method and I apply the hair underneath so that way you would not see it on top. Doing it this way ensures a good ombre, and who doesn't love a good ombre, like, period. As you guys can see, I am applying the hair underneath, so when I braid it down, all you see is black on top. Isn't that so cool? I think that's amazing. On to the next side of her head. Watch closely as I complete this stitch braid. If you are a braider and you are watching this video right now, what do you use to hold the hair? Do you have the clients hold the hair in their hand while you braid, or do you have a thread rack, or do you just separate the hair out on a table or something before you style their hair? Let me know. I just want to know what methods other people use. I personally like to use my thread rack. As you guys can see on the left of me, it helps me so much, and I feel like I move a lot faster when I use it versus having the hair in the client's hand. Hey babies, so when finished braiding, I like to go ahead and clip off all the excess flyaways at the ends of the braid. Next, I lay down the baby hairs, or the edges as you guys may call it. I like to use a rat tail comb, not a brush or any other tool. I love using my rat tail comb to do this. Once completed, I grab my Got2b spray and I go ahead and I spray that down, make sure it's nice and flat. I use a wrap and then I go in with my mousse. I also post on my Snapchat, that's why I had my phone in my hand. I grab a couple more wraps and I wrap it down, and then I take my blow dryer and I blow dry it, so that will create a shiny, silky, smooth look when it's finished. I blow dry until I feel like it is dry. Here are the final results, babies. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, because I had fun creating it. Me and my client had a lot of fun. Yeah, I would definitely do another stitch braid tutorial. I hope you guys love this one. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel. I love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.